Good morning, Stampers. This is Sissy with stampinwithsissy.net. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I wanted to show you how to make this beautiful Christmas card using the Hearts Come Home for Christmas and the Hometown Greetings Edgelits. All of the instructions and the information on supplies needed you can find on my website at www.stampinwithsissy.net. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is do the moon. Now I could have used crushed curry paper and just stamped and embossed the image on that, but I kind of like the way the moon just has more dimension because it's not all the same color. So we're going to go with that. I'm using crushed curry here. I've already stamped and heat embossed the image, and I'm just going to dab my sponge into my ink and just go around the image. I didn't cut the circle out before I colored it because it's just easier. I have something to hold on to. My hands don't get as dirty, and for me it's just easier. So you can just keep inking as much as you want. And then take your 2-inch punch or a thinlet if you have a 2-inch thinlet. Decide where you want to have your Santa. Cut them out. Then I'm going to add a little more color on the edges. Okay, now I want to show you how I did the Hometown Greetings Edgelits. I have some paper here. Turn it around so you get the right side down. So I lined it up with the edge of the paper like so it's even. I use this incredible Scotch removable tape. My friend Show Bigelow turned me onto this, and I'm telling you, it is the best tape I've used because it comes right off without tearing the paper or sticking too much or any of that kind of stuff. It's the best tape ever. So that's what I use when I'm taping things to my paper. And then I'm going to get the other edgelet out, and I'll show you how I line it up on the card, but you want to have the second one come a little bit lower. The cool thing is you can cut them out at the same time very easily. Straighten that out a little bit. Excuse me while I run this through my Big Shot. So look how easily this tape comes right off. It does not pull on the paper at all. And you can use it over and over. Super cool. I'm just going to do a rough cut along the side here. And then I'm going to cut this off, the corners, and you'll see how it gets all lined up when we're finished. I'm going to take my little poker thinger, which I can never remember what it's called, so that's what we're calling it, a poker thinger, just to get all of these little details out. I'm going to put my card base 8.5 by 5.5 Whisper White cardstock, scored at 4 1/4, off to the side, and bring out my Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper. This set is so gorgeous. I just love it. I think I'll put my moon on so I'll know where to place the images. So we'll put him here. And you know what? I added some clear Wink of Stella to the other moon. So let's do that now. Because who doesn't love a little shimmer in their moon? Oops. apparently I used this on something black and forgot to wipe it off, so we're just going to punt here. Now I know where to put my landscape image. I like to use my multi-purpose liquid glue on images that I need to, that are kind of delicate like this, because it holds really, really well, and it's just easier to use. And this is a new bottle, so I'm sorry it got all globbed up. Use a very light touch on this. I'm just going to wipe some of this off so that I don't get more dimension on there than I really want. You don't have to be real careful about where you're lining it up, because we're going to trim it off the back when we're done. So in fact, I'm going to get out my gel pad because the excess is sticking to my paper and I don't like that. So now we have our other image here, and we're going to use dimensionals on that. And I like the way it kind of slopes down so it looks like it's on a hill. I'm just going to trim off the bottom at this point, and then we'll do the sides after, so I know where to put my dimensionals. Okay. I'm going to take some of my little mini dimensionals. See how cute these are? To do these images that are sticking up here. Put one here. I think that's going to be too big for there. So I'll cut it in half. And put one on the snowman and one on this part of the roof. Nope, too big for that. And a little one. I think I'm going to need some more halves here. All right. Give it a little room there. Now I'm going to turn it over and just trim up any excess. That side lined up really well. This house is going off the edge a little bit. Okay, so I didn't notice this when I was putting it on, but this house goes off the edge and I really want it to be over further, so let me show you this cool tool. It has this spatula on it. It has a pointer thinger on it. It has this cool little rubber tip that picks up little pieces so you can put it on there, and it really works. I've had others that did not. It's an awesome tool that I use all the time because I make mistakes all the time, but this spatula has been very helpful in helping me remove things. It's flexible, so it helps me to just lift it off without tearing the paper too much. I had a lot of dimensionals on here, of course, but it worked out well because I can show you how this works. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. It makes me so nervous to do these videos. I just want to get them done as fast as I can, so I'm blaming this on you. Okay, so not so bad, right? I think I'm going to do is just add the liquid glue to the top of these dimensionals and call it good. Let's see if we can get it right this time. Oh, that one shifted. Now we're going to look more closely at how we want this lined up. There we go. Much better. Back to the trimming. Now, to get the glitter for the snow, I just cut this out on some of our white glitter paper, and I'm just cutting off the buildings. Because I don't really want the snow in the buildings. And then I'm going to fit that, line up the curve with that, and using my liquid glue again. So I've stamped out my sentiment here, all hearts come home for Christmas. And I wanted to back it because I just wanted some blue behind there to make it pop up a little bit. So I'm taking a scrap of this Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper, using the empty space from the sentiment that I already cut out with the Thinlit. I'm just going to trace it. Now I could trace the Thinlit, but then it would turn out too big, and so I'm tracing it using the cutout. And then I'm just going to cut that out. You don't have to be exact because it's going to be behind the sentiment. I just want to fill in those holes. And then I'll trim up anything that's showing. So again with my liquid glue, and because I'd already used dimensionals to do the houses there, I decided just to use the liquid glue. to add the sentiment because I didn't want so much dimension that it would be hard to mail. So that looks about right. Add some little rhinestones. So now I'm going to use my snail adhesive and put the background onto the card base. And there you have it. Super simple, super fast, and so impressive. I hope you enjoyed this video, and will come back and join me again soon. This is Sissy with stampinwithsissy.net. Please visit my website for all the information, the measurements, and the supplies you need to complete this project. Thanks for watching. Bye now.